As my last video got cut off, I'll make this a part 2. But yeah, I won't say too much more about my intro video, but I am making one at one point. Hopefully I can have it up and, you know, realistic goals before the end of the year. That's a realistic goal. It is July before the end of the year. There's things that I have to do. I'd like to have it done within a month. That's kind of unrealistic, but I mean, hey, if God put the God gave me the vision of it, and I know what I want to a T. I know exactly what I want, which I do. And it's, like I said, it's delicious, it's creative, and whoever can do this, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to freaking love my idea. And you'll probably get a lot of people asking to do intro videos for them. So, just saying. It's nothing not gonna, it's going to be freaking awesome. I have never heard of somebody else thinking this up. It's cool. But, yep. And that's something like it's just so resonated on the inside of me. I didn't even have to write that idea down. It's just there. I can sit there and tell you exactly, because it's so will manifest. I guarantee it. When I get stuff, strong impressions like that, oh yeah, and it don't go away. It don't let up. It will happen. I am on my 3rd week with my stones in my National Geographic tumbler. Right now it's at the pre-polishing stage, so it's gonna go in there for a good for a week, and then it'll get the polish, and I'll have some nice stones to put in my shop and to make jewelry with. So I've been kind of waiting on them to see how they turn out coming out of the tumbler. I'm telling you, the energies that are happening right now, even when I was down in Gettysburg over the weekend, I was shifting interdimensionally. I was having timeline jumps, which is in a place like that where it's very spiritual and stuff like that, and there was so much carnage and death there. Just the feeling there, and even you can watch the people. I'm a people watcher. You can watch the people, and they whisper, and they don't talk loud, and they're very reverent at the battlefield, which I'm happy to see. That was the turn of the war. I was to go down there and energetically do what I do. That was I went to the very first spot where I had my encounter. Since they came out back then, I knew they were there. I knew where they were. I went there. I played some banjo music via YouTube. Told them what the heck was up. Spoke to each side individually. Said, look, we have a common goal here. We do. And basically, whoever was traitors to whatever side, it didn't really matter, but yo. And then it all pieced together with the return of the king. I heard somebody else say it. I actually posted stuff on my timeline, my community timeline, with things that had to do, again, it was like 2 months ago, with Lord of the Rings. I've been telling you, this is the stuff I'm hearing. The return of the king can mean a lot of things multidimensionally. But it's going to start interdimensionally, and you better make your mind, body, spirit a temple for the divine to be able to dwell. You better be listening to that still small voice which some people might be like, oh, well, that's just, me thinking. If it's thinking loving, kind, and caring thoughts without interjections of lust and greed and manipulation, I guarantee it's definitely your higher self talking to you. If it's of pureness and integrity, that is God on the inside of you talking to you. Either through dreams, impressions, visions. Many of you are going to start having more dreams. It's going to increase again. Get ready. Some of you might walk into a Walmart and you might end up in Narnia. Just saying, you take a wrong turn, take left, run into a freaking bathroom stall, and you could be in a whole different dimension. That very well could just be your time capsule right there. Like, because I talk about, even, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That movie. I talk a lot about that. They come out of that wardrobe and they're back to the 3D. They go into that wardrobe and, they had to move to the 4D and create a 5th dimensional heaven in Narnia. Because they slayed the darkness and evil that was there. Your actions, in deed and in word, weigh heavy. Whether or not you're going to be stuck in just being multi-dimensional, where you compartmentalize the dimensions that you're in and you have to rationalize it to death, and then before you know it, you're back in the 3D and you just keep getting pulled down into the 3D, which we need to stay grounded. But some of us are going to be moving interdimensionally at any given time, where we can be in a Walmart and next thing you know, it's like you're getting downloads right in the middle of Walmart. And God's speaking to you about something or another. God might be telling you to go and tell somebody something that very well could shift their whole day, or you just feel you have to be obedient because God's giving you word about somebody that's standing over there, and you go over and ask, and sure enough, that's exactly what's going on in their life. Well, you very well could be just your energy and your voice and whatever God leads you to do can shift their whole demeanor. If they're having a bad day, you very well could have saved that person's life just by speaking whatever it is that God tells you to speak. You need to start listening to your intuition in that still small voice. God's in the business right now of wanting to touch people. Even you just speaking something could heal something physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally for somebody else. Or, definitely use your discernment too. Try and use tact as best as what you can. Like if you're an Aries, like we don't have a whole lot of tact, but if you can move into if a thought comes, take it captive, pray about it, and be like, okay, God, best outcome, just help me to get it out the way you want it to come out. Pray about it, because I have to do that all the time at this point. And many times, like, I'll close myself down when I go out in public, because I will have so many energies flying at me that when I come home I feel like I'm slimed. I've learned to close off my energy centers and just stay in tune with the divine. But for me to be able to have my radars and antennas out all over and exposed to feel everything in the atmosphere around me is no longer happening. I've learned to close that all up and pull that all in and just sit in my own energy as I'm moving in public. And then, I get outside and I know to just like open up and release it right back. I can let in fresh energy then from the atmosphere outside. So I'm breathing in good ass prana. Oh. Either way, like I said, things are going to really get crazy up here through Leo season. Get ready for the drama. Oh, yes. Yep. Drama's going to play out in a very, very interesting way. And, Pisces is... that's why I say about the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Pisces, they have this whole moving interdimensional thing on lock. None of you all, if you're not a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you wouldn't know this. They've been doing this many, many times. They're a pro at this. I love what Colby Barrett says. He calls it delusional optimism. That's pretty much, that sums up Pisces right there. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but they're optimistic about it. And then next thing you know, they manifest that. Pisces have learned to manifest at the highest rate I've ever seen a sign manifest so quickly and evolve. And it's beautiful. I said once Pisces gets in line with this whole thing, it's all over from there for dark forces. It just is. If Pisces can stay in the light side of the vibration and the God source side and not in the, how can I put this? Let the power go to their head, okay? Which can happen with anybody. But if you trained and self-mastered yourself to walk in a place of love and peace and joy and kindness, you're not going to want to stomp on anybody else. Even though some people will say, well, sometimes you got to stomp on other people to get to the top. I beg to differ. Those people who have done that and who are continuing to do that because they want power and control, you're going to start seeing those people get flip mode on. Like, there's always a bigger, badder bully out there. Or somebody who just won't take a bully shit, and sometimes a bully needs knocked down a few pegs. If you catch my drift. Pisces aren't usually the bullying type. They're more of the undercover manipulative type. Nothing against. I love Pisces people. They're so creative and intrinsic and mysterious, and I mean, it all depends on other parts of the chart too, but most Pisces are just genuinely sweet people. But man, when they step into their power, look out. When they find out who they are, I'm just happy I have some Pisces friends. Yes, I am. Thank God I got some Pisces. I move like a Pisces anyway. I'm Mercury in Pisces. So I can talk about this interdimensional stuff as an Aries, and they're not going to say shit because they know everything I'm saying is true. Sorry, Pisces, I'm giving away some of your secrets. You guys move through the signs so easily. And I understand you don't understand why people are just so hateful and cruel and mean, and that'll cause you guys to clam up and close up. Unless you have like an Aquarius, heavy Aquarius and Capricorn placements, and you're detached from it. You can honestly, legit manipulate and then detach from it. I've saw Pisces do that. Not a bunch, but a few, because they're not walking in their highest vibration, and they're still so grounded into the 3D that they can't help themselves. Stingy a lot of times too. People don't understand. That's another thing. Yeah, we are required to be givers. You sow into good soil, you sow into good ground. And if people aren't being reciprocal, if they don't reciprocate your energy, it's time to let them go. You know, usually you can feel a shift. Sometimes you gotta let certain things go and be like, look, it is what it is. Things are made especially hard for you, and you don't have time for the shenanigans and or the bullshit, and there's really little help to help you. There's no point in even busting your ass when you can do this on your own. Don't worry, the shadow banning and all that stuff is getting lifted off here too. So give that about a month. I've been hearing this. Last summer I already heard, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like, I already know who the president is, I already know who it's supposed to be, and I know who's going to get reinstated and a third term. People are going to bitch and whine and complain about it. Well, they already took half the year of this term down the toilet, and this is third dimensional, obviously, thinking. However, I got that interdimensionally. I didn't even ask. God told me. And everybody else knows it. All you gotta do is look. It's all out there for you to see. If I wouldn't have experienced it for myself, I wouldn't sit here and tell you. I've gone to multiple. Not this last, because there were so many more supporters. But I have gone in 2016, and I saw for myself. After I heard, I hear, I know things. I said it last summer before anybody else said it. That's what God told me, and now it's coming out that it's actually going to happen. And I'm like, I don't see how in the heck that's going to happen, but it's going to. Trust and believe that. I didn't go to Gettysburg this weekend for no reason. There was the sole purpose of why I went there. I was there on mission. I was there to release the Kraken and call the quote-unquote traitors, such as in Lord of the Rings, the army of the dead were considered traitors. And only the king could summon them. Well, the king is returning in Leo season. It was the right time to go. It was the right time to call attention to that, and it was the right time to release. They had a mission, and it was to go to a certain Providence, maybe? Area? I don't know what you'd call that spot right down there in between, like, Virginia and Maryland and, yeah. Oh, yeah. District Columbia. First president's name. Yeah, that's where they're heading. So, I also said something about when you see a certain traitor, socialist, communist, mind control, CIA teaching that, owns a bunch, puts economies in dire straits, and buys up countries. But that's okay apparently with some people. Yeah. Well, I said when that person, that man falls, when you hear, the dominoes will go from there on out. And I heard their first and last, the oldest and the youngest of every single one of these families. Death angels coming to see that. Period. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how that's going to roll. I really don't want to know. That's third dimensional stuff. Kind of fourth dimensional, because I got what's going to happen. And I got it straight from the divine. But I knew that that was too. And I called that, I don't know, 6, 7 months ago. Maybe 5, 6, 7 months ago. Yeah. I was getting downloads about all that. So, that's only when we look at the people who are here, they specifically are, they're not interdimensional beings. They're multi. They can't go where those who are connected to the divine can go. They can only move through dark forces and dark energy. That's how they get their power from. They don't get it from the divine creator. Divine creator don't know them, because they had that God particle taken out of them through mind control. And that's why I said, like, I can't even be mad at most of these dummy, the people running this shit. I can't even be mad, because most of them, generationally, probably even as children, from their ancestors, were mind controlled. So they were messed up. They were born to be messed up. They were born, this is what they were here to do. And so that the masses would wake up. Even though, like, we kind of seen the same thing happening in the 70s as what we see happening now with, like, revolution type stuff. Say they want a revolution, well, Yeah. That same kind of feeling was going on in the 60s and 70s, folks. My generation. Part of the Libra, Pluto, Libra, Virgo generation. In between that, Pluto and Virgo, Pluto and Libra. Like, in between that shift. Yes. And it just so happens I have Pluto and Libra in my 12th house. Along with that's my rising sign, but it goes right into right in to Scorpio. I'm third deck in Libra rising. Right at the 21 degree mark, I think. 20 degree, 21? I'm not sure. Somewhere around there. 20, 21 degree mark. Yep, lucky me. Oh, but I have that Pluto at 7 degrees Libra in my 12th house. And then I'm a Libra rising. Go figure that one. So I act more as a Scorpio rising, to be honest with y'all. I got those scales of justice, and I'm Tower and Death card on a lot of it. So we're going to be moving into patience and temperance in my chart, because my North Node is in Sagittarius. And as I'm shifting interdimensionally, that's where I'm heading toward my North Node. I'm already swimming through you guys see a lot of times the Death and card, and the Tower card comes out a lot. in my readings. And the Tower and or the Death card, they have positive, very positive connotations, but sometimes it can be very negative too. It all depends on the energy that's coming off of them and what surrounding cards they have. And intuitively I can pick up on that. But I think I'm going to come on and try and do some stuff tomorrow. I mean, make sure you're saying your prayers. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been having some ascension symptoms. Yes, I have. I've been getting the vertigo, dizziness. Yes. I've also been having like chest coughing. The old man had it last week. I got it this week. It's not too bad right now, but maybe in the morning I might, who knows? I'm not going to speak that into existence. I'm not getting sick. We'll just put it out there. Whew. But yeah, I feel a lot of, I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel a lot of energy in between like my throat, all the way down into like my center, in between my breast, into my center, like where my sternum is, like right in there. I feel this energy just trying to loosen up, and I think a lot of it has to do with the energetic cage that was, layers that was just put around my heart for self-preservation and self-protection. And that way, once all the layers of the onion are off, my golden heart can shine again. I just had to protect it for a long time. Well, someone tries to touch the golden heart, then they're going to be touching God's, the apple of God's eye at that point. God comes to live inside of my core, my person. You mess with me, you're messing with him. I've said this. I don't care, gender specific, whatever. You mess with a daughter or a son of the Most High, you mess directly with the divine. We weren't put here to be abused. We were put here to be a light in a dark world. Shine bright. You don't have no other choice at this point. It's either shine or die. Pretty much. What star are you going to be? Have you already supernovaed and now you're just burned out? Or are you shining bright and feeding your soul love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, mercy, harmony, self-control, all those good energetic vibes? Every day you wake up, thank God. When you step out of bed, I need to start putting a sign so that I don't forget. So, like I am telling you this is for me too. I'm probably going to keep this video because it's directions of how to move interdimensionally. You start that off first thing in the morning, and you put it out to the universe. Thank you for this day, and gratitude. That's what you're going to receive. Miracles, blessings. I know that when I do this, it works. It's just not forgetting and continuing to make it not a forceful habit, but something that you enjoy doing, and it's just who you are and what you do. Thanking God for everything that you have, everything that you are, how he created you, your quirks and all, and saying, use me in the best way possible. Bring into my life who needs to get to see the God inside him, who you are through me. Use me as a vessel, God. I'm yours. My hands are hot. That's another thing. You guys are going to start feeling that stuff too. In your body, through your body, as these ascension, you're moving through these energies. It's not going to be easy. But I figured I would put these videos out because they were important. It was a channel message that I got personally. The Six of Wands, that was the card I got. That is in your favor, guys. You're going to be moving into a place of victory if you can keep the lessons in the back of your mind the lessons and how you, the overcoming of those lessons and the gratitude about them, not the failures and past pain and past hurt, or you're going to carry it into your new energetic field. And you want to know who wants to interject that in there? Not God. He's cleared it out. Now you can reprogram your energetic field at this time. If you need lamps for that, get a hold of me. Blue Flame Boutique Design at Etsy.com. You can find it on my page as well. If you need a book or reading, you know where to get a hold of me. If you need a consulting, beautifulim4275@gmail.com. I might be starting a promotion, so discounts, look for a discount. I'll let you guys know that in the next time I go do readings. I'm going to start doing the signs tomorrow. Depending on, I'm going to look at the weather. I'm going to try and clean my car out in the morning, come in and get around and do videos all day. Okay? Okay. Love you guys. Mwah. You have a wonderful evening, and we will talk soon. Bye.